Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy TC.
And it's your girl Kiki.
And what we got today, baby? We got any shout-outs?
No.
No? All right, well, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's get to it. Picture this. You're in the shower. Your phone buzzes.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm picturing it. Hold on. You in the shower. Go ahead.
Right, cut it. Thank you.
My bad. Go ahead, baby.
You're in the shower. Your phone buzzes on the nightstand, and your partner picks it up. Not to hand it to you, but to look. Or maybe you are the one holding their phone at 2 a.m. while they're asleep. Is looking through a phone a security check or a boundary breach? Today we're discussing the reason behind checking your partner's cell phone, the damage it causes, and how to build a relationship with a phone doesn't feel like a ticking time bomb. So, it is phone check homie.
Let's go then, baby.
Hit us with the scripture, boo.
All right.
Before we get into this.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Ephesians 4 and 2. 4 and 2, I'm sorry, so you could hear that clearly. It's 4 and 2. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace.
We walk in peace. Come to you in peace.
And we'll give you a two-piece. If I find something in that phone, we'll give you a two-piece.
Both of those. Okay, so what's the why behind the peak? Is it insecurity or intuition? How do we differentiate the two?
Wow. I don't know. I mean, it could be both, to be honest with you.
Wow.
If you that type of female or man where you can't be trustworthy.
But I should have proven that to you before we got to this point. Like, if I've never given you a reason for me not to be trustworthy, why do you feel that you need to snoop behind my back?
No, that's not what I'm saying. So let's say, for example, you might have been trustworthy. Everything was going great, and now things have changed where you start moving a little differently.
Okay.
So that's where the intuition pops, especially for females.
Yeah.
Men, not so much.
You were doing before.
Yeah. So now you're doing different things. You like, I'm getting dressed and I don't let you watch. Mm-hmm. So I get dressed in the closet so you can't see me getting dressed. Mm-hmm. And now I'm dressing a little more sexier than I would before.
Or you in the bathroom with your cell phone longer, or you getting up out the bed 2, 3 in the morning taking the cell phone to another room.
Taking phone calls.
Yeah. Well, taking phone calls is rather bold because.
Well, hey, let's not. One of my favorite movies, Brown Sugar.
Lord.
See it. They whispering on the phone.
Did he make you come in? What is that?
I made you breakfast.
Here come the white peeping out there.
Right. So I mean, what's her intuition? And I'm sorry to get off tangent already. Yeah. But her intuition was already there. She already knew
signs leading up to that.
I think we're not doing a movie trivia joint just right now, but I think for that, the moment when she realized, it was actually 2 moments. Mm-hmm. At the bridal shower, when she knew everything about her man.
Yes.
And everybody saw that.
I think she felt before that her.
No, she felt it, but that was kind of like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
And then when she gave him money to start that business, and he quit, and she didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Those 2 things were the nail in the coffin for their whole relationship.
Yeah.
All right, sorry y'all, we had to get on a little movie drink, but
Lord.
we love our movies. Who's wrong in the movie?
Yeah.
I honestly think Taye Diggs was wrong in the movie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Babe, the day of or the day before he got married, he kissed the girl.
Yes, but him and his wife. What was the wife's name? I can't remember.
Actually, no. Didn't they have sex? Am I missing? No, that was.
No. Did they? No. They didn't have no sex. Everybody can watch the movie. Stop that. And he gonna say
they did have sex in the movie.
Yeah, it must have been
because he was like, that was the most amazing 7 minutes.
And
so she was like, maybe 5.
Right. No, I think that was after.
That was after.
Yeah, after he did it. Ding ding, getting that
Right, got you. All right, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay, so her intuition led her to
Feel a certain way.
Right.
About that.
Right.
And she was right.
Okay, but
She loves you.
That's true. But wait, I still feel like that's an invasion of your privacy. Like, I shouldn't have to go through your phone. I should be able to come to you and be like, hey, I notice things are different now. I'm feeling a certain type of way. Are you talking to somebody? Are you doing something different?
But what man or female is going to just come out and say, oh yeah, I'm messing with Jimmy.
Then I have to feel like I have to snoop through your phone. We too old for that.
Oh yeah, I'm messing with Becky with the good hair.
I shouldn't have to feel like I gotta go through your phone.
But they're not going to tell you that though.
So how do you know?
You feel it. You literally, I think you have to go through the phone if they're cheating.
Have mercy.
Because nobody's just going to come out and say I'm cheating.
So no cheaters going to come out and tell you. Gotcha.
You know any cheaters?
No. So you gotta check the phone.
So you don't know no cheaters?
I mean, no. I said I'm going to say yes. I know. I thought you were gonna say, do I know any cheaters that came out and confessed that they cheated? I was like, no.
No,
that's what I'm
not
saying.
A1.
Yeah.
They're gonna take it as long as they can.
All right. So insecurity and intuition leads people to check the cell phones behind their partner's back.
Mm-hmm. And it could be as simple as, oh, I feel bad about myself today.
What does that got to do with
some people?
You feel bad about yourself.
I feel bad about myself, so I'm gonna check through your phone.
What?
I tell you the God's honest truth.
Nah.
I tell you the God's honest truth.
Now, you say something has shifted, like something drastically has shifted in this relationship, and I'm feeling the urge, or I see that you're on the phone all the time. And I'm not lying. When I was younger and I lived with this guy, I was like 18, 19 or whatever, and one weekend he disappeared, right? And when he came back, I think it was Monday morning, he started screaming, yelling, calling me. I'm just calling you. I just got my phone connected again. Got service again.
Nigga, you can stay dead.
Listen.
No offense, stay dead.
Yelling. I was stuck on the metro all weekend.
Or as my man Eugene would say, go kill yourself.
Listen, please. So I'm sitting there like, okay, whatever. So anyway, he asked, can I come get him? I was like, no, I can't come get you. You know, but we were living together, unfortunately, at that moment. So when he came home later that evening, I seen him or whatever. He was trying to give me the sob story. I was like, we good. Don't worry about it. Because I already knew what was going on, right? Mm-hmm. So I can say, though, to get all in our business, he went in the bathroom for a period of time in there. And I was like, is he on drugs or something? Because like, everything has just shifted. Right? But then I seen his phone there. I said, let me go through this phone. I went through the phone, and of course, what I expected anyway, he was with another woman. Mm-hmm. So I had told the lady, I said, I just want to let you know, such and such is in a relationship. He actually lives with me. I'm his girlfriend. But I see that y'all were together this weekend. Just letting you know, he's going to come back to you. Mm-hmm. So when he got out the bathroom,
he's all yours.
He really is. You ain't going to call me like, we ain't fighting, we ain't doing none of this stuff. He came out the bathroom. I was like, all of your stuff is in the den over there. You may not be able to see it right now, but if you go over there, you'll be able to see it. And you just need to get it out of here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, again, I feel like you know in advance. And I had given him options and, time to be able to say what's going on or if something. But like you said, cheaters don't never sit there and say, yeah. I've given them many opportunities.
But that was intuition. Well, actually, no, that was just his stupidity.
But not only that, it wasn't insecurity because I was never insecure. I just, like you said, it was the intuition. And that's what you were saying. Women often lead by that, and we do. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, our intuition is true.
It is.
It never stares us.
I'm not going to say it never fails, but y'all got a very high percentage rate.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Most of the time, it is very true. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
So, if you feel a certain way, would you go through the phone, you think, at this stage of your life?
And I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably something you'll never heard either. So, when we first started getting together, I used to have little doubts in my head about you and your ex. But I never went through your phone. I thought about, what if she playing me? What if I thought of, your mind goes places sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just being honest. Mm-hmm. So we're being honest here, we're being transparent.
Yeah.
But I never went through your phone. I was like, I gotta trust you.
Right.
Even without a shadow of a doubt, I have to trust you.
Yeah.
And I think if I did kind of act on that, we might not be where we are right now.
Why not?
Because that could lead to you thinking, so you don't trust me.
Yeah.
So you might move a little differently in this relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
So for me, and I don't, I can't speak for you, but I can assume you've never looked through my phone either. No. But that's my thought process. In my head, it kept popping up like, what if she's playing me?
Really?
Yeah, like men are men.
Y'all are.
We think that.
I can honestly say with you.
And I'm not trying to share your business, but keep in mind when y'all got separated or divorced, you were actually still living together for a little bit before y'all could break the lease and go your separate ways.
Right. All right.
So in my mind, I'm really like, I don't know. When you go home, I don't know. I'm not there.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I can understand how you would feel. And like you said, you are a man, so you know y'all feel the way that y'all feel because the emotions that you all have. So I understand that 100%. I can say that I've never felt a way that I needed to go through your phone for anything. But I can also say that we both have been very transparent. I've never had a reason to have to say, let me do something. And you even had an ex-girlfriend that she tried to circle back and try to be in conversation with you, but I trusted you that you were going to handle that situation the way that it needed to be handled. Now, she kept calling or you kept secretly going in the room certain times or something like, then I'd be like, hey, what's up?
That would be something. But that's a shift. Yeah, that's a change.
That definitely is. Yeah. So we would have that conversation.
But let's talk about this. So that we're gonna call this the dopamine of the find.
Okay.
So that's that person who constantly wants to find something. It's almost like they're looking for an extra strategy. They want to go through your phone and hoping you got something on there so they can get into their toxic state and just bust off.
That's true.
Some people are like that. They look for the worst. They think the worst is going to happen to them all the time.
Absolutely.
And we've seen little skits on Facebook or whatever where a female's dating a good guy now, but she still thinks the toxic traits are in every man when they're not. Some men are actually good dudes.
Yeah. And actually, that kind of hurts the new relationship.
It does, because you have
that of that old relationship, and you're just still carrying all of that with you into something new. So that's very detrimental to the relationship. But yeah, if you're always on the defense, like I know it's something, I know, that's unhealthy.
That's unhealthy.
It is. And I don't think anybody wants to be in a relationship where they feel like
they got to defend themselves every day. They're like, babe, I just went to work.
Right. Like you're accusing me.
Right. Like, what did I do? I went to work. You got my location. You see them at work. You probably just left your phone there and went over to the girl house. What?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
I agree. That's something. Yeah.
But why do we, as people, and you know how we are as people, just period, why do we feel our phones are more private than even like a journal? Or sometimes for women, their body. Their phone is more important than their physical body. They would give their body to anybody.
But not their phone.
But they're not going to give their phone to their man. Like, really?
I don't know.
Why is the phone that important?
Maybe it's the device that holds everything.
There's a lot on there.
Yeah. And you may just feel like it's yours, and it may invade your privacy for someone else to take it. Whereas there may be an understanding that if you're in a relationship with somebody, you are supposed to engage in sex. Or it's a benefit if I'm engaging in sex with you, if I'm giving you my body, I get to feel the emotions of it and everything else. Whereas that phone, you don't get that, feedback from. You don't get that. So that's all that I can think of.
Okay. So what do you feel is the root cause for reason for somebody to check your phone? What do you feel is the root cause for your partner to have to check your phone?
I would say.
So, and I'm gonna let me preface this with this.
Okay.
So you just gave the example of you were dating a guy when you were young and y'all lived together. The fact that he cheated on you, you could have took that into light and want to go, oh, my next man, I'm gonna be checking his phone all the time.
Yeah. You could have lived by that.
So could that be considered a root cause for it because of the previous cheating?
No. You still need to let that go. That's one relationship. That relationship has ended. You're going into a new relationship with somebody else. If that person hasn't shown you that they're to be, any trust issues, then you can't take that with you. I would say a root cause for looking through a phone for me would be something like I'm extremely ill. So like when I went and had the gallbladder removal, if you needed to check the phone to give the doctor some information when I was under, anesthesia or something like that, then that's perfectly fine. Something unrelated to cheating or your intuition or whatever the case may be. Something that's emergency basis or something that's medically needed and medical need.
Okay, so let me make sure. So I'm asking, what do you feel is a root cause for a person having to check your stuff?
Oh, having to check. I would say a root cause probably, and not that it's acceptable, but like you said, a root cause is proven cheating in the past. That may be a root cause. That's the reason why you have to check now, because they've known to cheat in the past, and you feel like the only way to get the truth or to feel reassurance is by looking through that phone. Is it healthy still? I don't know.
So how do you feel, and let me come from the other side.
Okay.
The person who's affected by it.
Okay.
How do you feel when someone doesn't trust you and they got to check your phone and they don't find anything?
Yeah.
Do you do the nanny boo boo? I told you I wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
Or do you just go, okay, are you okay now, babe? Are we good? Can you kind of trust me more? How do you really go? And you can come from the female perspective. Let's say I'm checking your phone all the time because of the past that I had, the past trauma I've dealt with. And now I'm checking yours just because. And we in a new relationship.
Yeah.
You haven't proved nothing to me that I need to check
That you need to check. Yeah, to me that's extremely problematic. I'm not going to be able to be in a relationship like that, because to me it's bigger than the phone. You're going to be second guessing every single thing. If I say I'm going to the store, blah, 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 blah. If I say I'm doing this, blah, 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 like you're too guarded. And I can't be in a relationship like that. And you're bringing your past into our relationship. And that's not healthy. So for me, I'm always going to feel like, dang, you don't even trust me, dude. And how old are we? Like, we're in this relationship and you got to keep going through a cell phone? And if you don't find it and you want to continuously still go through it, like, when is enough enough?
But then, so we're going to call that the clean phone. So you looked and you don't have nothing on your phone. I was looking through it. I didn't find nothing.
Yeah.
Do you share that and say, look, babe, I had an insecurity from my last relationship, so I've been looking through your phone when you get in the shower?
Do
you take that, just the fact that I was able to tell you that in a conversation, more to heart than if I never told you and you found out on your own that I was snooping through your phone?
I guess I have a tad bit more respect for you because you did come out and tell me, but the fact that you went through my phone and you're going through my phone because you feel a certain type of way, instead of just asking me, babe, I'm dealing with trust issues because of the last relationship. It's going to take me a minute. I'm working on it. But just for right now, can I look through your phone? And I might be like, hell nah. Right. Or I may be like, yeah, you know what? It ain't nothing to you.
If that make you feel reassured,
yeah, absolutely. But I'm still going to look at you with the side eye and be like, that was your last relationship. You can't hold me to that. And the fact that you are, that means you're not healed from that. Right. You may need to go back and do some more work internally or whatever to be able to get past whatever you're dealing with.
Right. But I know for us, I have your password, you have mine.
Yes, I think there's a difference with secrecy and privacy, right? So are you moving in secrecy or are you just private? We both are private. We don't necessarily, you got to go through anything. So we don't think there's a need. But there's not any secrets that we're withholding from each other. So we don't mind sharing passwords. If I need to look to say what's on your schedule for today, I just literally pick up your phone and go, I'm looking to see what the schedule is. Or if we're out somewhere and my phone is close and you're like, let me just put in the directions to get to wherever we get to. And you just put in my password and do that. So I don't think that there's a problem. I'm not screaming and yelling, give me that phone, give me that phone, like some people do, because they're nervous about what they have in their phone.
Well, that's okay. I got you. Well, now let's talk about the smoking gun.
The who?
The smoking gun.
Lord. Let's go.
So if you find something,
yes,
does the conversation become more about I found it rather than what you found? So the snooper often becomes the villain, distracting from the original portrayal. So you snoop through my phone, you find something.
Yeah.
And I get defensive because why the hell were you snooping through my phone? Not the fact that you found something and I can't explain it, but why the hell were you in my phone?
Right, yeah.
So you try to turn it around when there was something in there. Right. The smoking gun was there. The puff is coming out.
Right, yeah.
But instead I use that to try to flip it.
Yeah.
So what do you say about that?
That's problematic.
You think?
That's really problematic. Again, I think everything goes back to trust.
It does. And trust, and I said that's one of my 4 things. Trust is very important in a relationship.
It's really important.
It's hard to be in a healthy relationship and not trust that person.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like if you gotta sit here and manipulate me to try to get to what you try, like we ain't got I ain't got time for that. This is not it.
Right.
It's just not it. We shouldn't be playing these kind of games. You're 15, 16, y'all giggling and stuff because you talking to other kids. You expected to talk to them. We're in our 40s and we still acting like this. That's a problem. If you still got things to hide and you're in a committed relationship or a marriage or something like that, that's problematic.
That's very problematic. It really is.
If you still thinking you getting to women and you married and stuff, you need to listen to last week's episode on getting a marriage license.
Not the marriage license,
yes, and then go ahead and get the daggone thing expunged or whatever so y'all can get up out of here.
Let's cut that contract in half.
End the contract.
Yeah. But then, ridiculous. So we have a gray area too.
What is the gray area?
So let's say you have harmless texts that look bad without context.
Okay.
The danger of filling in the blanks is the problem.
Yeah.
Without knowing exactly what the issue is.
What the issue is, yeah. That's true.
How do you handle that? How do you handle the gray area? Let's say I got a text from, I don't know, somebody I work with. It's an innocent text. There's nothing to it. But it can be perceived a different way if you're looking at it and you're looking at it from your lens, not from mine. Yeah. And then if you don't ask, what's up with this text from her? But now you don't want to do that because you're like, I had to look through your phone to see it. So now you don't want to share that I looked through your phone. But now you're sitting there in your mind, playing out in your mind what you think this text is about, not knowing what it's really about.
Yeah. So again, all that comes back to trust. You going through the phone and you find something. I think if it makes you feel a certain type of way, you need to still address it with your partner. Babe, I came across this in the phone. I really didn't want to go through the phone, but I felt a certain type of way. I went through the phone, and now I want to address this with you. But I do feel like you all should have open communication in a way that, for example, you, right? If your ex come texting you, or even mine, whoever, like we talk all the time, so we're gonna be like, guess who texted me today?
Right, look at this. I'm gonna send you the text, so you're gonna send me the text.
Yeah,
like, look.
So we just kind of have those conversations all the time about the stuff, or somebody in our DMs or something that's just crazy. I'll come to you like, can you believe that this man said such and such? And you just be like, yeah, I can. And you really will be like,
it's a man.
Yeah, I can't believe it. So I think that's just one of those areas that you got to have the conversation. You got to sit down and speak to your partner.
So do you believe in having a digital boundary?
What would that look like?
I don't know. Let me think. Like the first thing would be, let's say, I don't know, an open door policy. So you have it where you and your partner can discuss anything when it comes to having your passcodes for convenience or safety.
Yeah.
Locations, like we talked about, sharing locations. We talked about that. Having them for that convenience, but not for surveillance.
Right. Yeah.
So you understand, yes, I don't have no problem with you knowing where I am. I don't have no problem with you having my passcode if you need to get into my phone. I have no problem with none of that. But I don't want you snooping.
Yeah,
so that's setting a digital boundary. I can tell you, yes, you're more than welcome. You have my passcode. You know how to get in my phone. If you need to do anything in there, go ahead.
Exactly.
But when it gets to now I'm looking around looking for something that's a problem.
Yeah, that's problematic to me.
So as each partner is okay with sharing and receiving passwords, I don't think it's okay to be snooping.
Right.
So how do you handle that?
Absolutely. So there should be some boundaries between that. And that boundaries should be something y'all discuss.
And that's funny because we've never really had a conversation about it.
We've never had a conversation about it. Yeah.
And of course, we got to the low because that one day I was at practice, you couldn't get in touch with me.
Right, yeah.
But I've had your password, you've had mine, and we've never really discussed any of that.
No, because I don't think...
No, because I guess for us, it's more so, it's just a convenience. If you like, babe, can you check this thing for me, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I said, to me, I'm 100% transparent. So whatever you see in here is going to be something I done told you already. Or just some crazy stuff with me and the girls going back and forth or whatever. But it's nothing that I have to hide. But there are some people that can't put down their phones next to their
they take it to the bathroom. They take it everywhere with them.
It's glued to you. You got a clip on you. You got a straight.
Nah, that's crazy.
Nighttime.
I don't want that thing on me, so I put it down. As a matter of fact, I don't even know where it is at this moment.
You do that with your phone. And you be like, where's that phone? Because I'm dealing with my watch or something. But you're not even.
I don't even care.
You don't even care about that. No, but there's some people that phone is glued to them. And they cannot move without it. Yeah.
But then let's talk about, I guess we consider this the check-in method, right? So if you feel the urge to snoop, what's wrong with saying, hey, babe, I'm feeling a bit insecure lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we talk about our digital boundaries?
Yeah.
Can we talk about, AKA, can we communicate?
Absolutely.
But I constantly feel I need to check. There's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
But I think if you actually are able to tell your partner that, they would understand that a lot more. And be more receptive.
Absolutely.
Like if you were to come to me and say, babe, I know you're not cheating on me, I know, but I just feel something's off right now. Is it all right if we talk?
Right.
Not snooping my phone, but talk.
Have that conversation.
About things.
And I think initially that should be like some of the first steps. Now, if your person is shutting you out and they're like, oh, we good. Why you keep saying that shit? Like, we good. We don't got no problem. Then, my antennas are going to raise. I'm going to be like, nah, something more is going on here. And it may lead evidently or unfortunately to me checking that phone. Because I feel like that's the only way that I can get to the end of it without finding out what's going on, because you're not going to come to me and tell me. Right. But initially, you should be able to go to your partner and have those conversations. Is everything good? I'm feeling a certain type of way. I feel something's off. Everything all right? Are you talking to anybody? Like, what's going on?
But then let's go. So there's another aspect, and I think we touched on it briefly, but privacy versus secrecy.
Yeah.
And you know how I am, and I think we spoke about this on a episode. I was at a place that I wasn't supposed to be, technically. Well, I was at a place that I told you I wasn't at. Yes. Right? But for me, it wasn't privacy. Or was it privacy? And I'll give the backstory now. Yeah, so I was at the jewelry store, literally about to buy the ring, and she calls, and I'm trying not to lie to her, but I don't want to mess up the secret. So I literally goes, I'm at 5. What was I? I was at Mission Barbecue eating, and she goes, okay, so you can't talk? I said, nah, right now I'm placing my order right now, so I'm shook.
You are.
Because one, I don't lie to her, so I'm sitting there trying to figure out a lie in my head. That will make sense, because I know how she is. She's going to ask multiple questions. It's just not going to be, what you doing at Mission Barbecue? Right. It's going to be, what you ordered? How was it?
Yeah.
So
you already know.
Now I'm adding lies on top of the lies. So I think I eventually called you back when I got out of the jewelry store, and I called you back and said, babe, I wasn't really at Mission Barbecue. I said, I know this is probably going to ruin the surprise, but I was at the jewelry store. Doing a little whatever.
You did.
And she was like, oh, well, thank you for telling me that, because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense what you were telling me.
I was like,
and the beauty of it, she had my low, so she very easily could have looked. Yeah. But that's why I picked, the Mission Barbecue was like 2 doors down. So I tried to pick a food place close to there to try to make it realistic, but I was like, I can't even lie to you, babe. Tell me what's really going on.
But I think that's the thing, when you have love and honesty in your relationship, even if it is a little surprise like that, it's harder for you to tell your partner a lie, even if you're trying to, give them a surprise, because you are embedded with those core values of a relationship. A lot of people don't even have those core values, so it's easy for them to tell their partner a lie straightforward with no, guilt or anything else relating to that, and that's problematic. So,
okay.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get to the conclusion before we get to this quickie, right?
Let's get to it.
So we want to ask all our listeners to do a digital audit. Not just their partner's phone, but of their own anxiety. So if you have anxiety about my man cheating or my woman cheating, check yourself. But be honest with your partner so the partner understands. Similar to you. When you told me, babe, can we share locations? Can I need to know this and need to... like I said, I did not understand it before.
Right, when I said let me know.
But the moment you told me what happened to your brother, and that's why you do this...
The check-ins, absolutely. I get it.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
And we ain't had no issue.
And we have never had an issue about that since. But if you are afraid to talk to your partner honestly... And it's going to be a courageous conversation.
Yeah.
Because they might feel a certain way about you. Why do you need to know all that?
Right. But
that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, but tell them. And I think more people, if they have a better understanding of it or your reasoning, they're more open to accepting it.
Yeah. But I mean, if you really think about it like that, trust is built in the light.
It is.
Not in lurking in the dark.
Right.
You trust somebody, it's very evident and it's right there.
Yep.
You don't have to be a detective.
No.
If you got to be a detective, you already lost your relationship.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's dead.
It's dead. Yeah.
If you got to snoop and be a detective about everything that they do, you already are in a non-healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Period.
All right, babe, I'm going to let you hit the quickie today.
All right. The quickie this week is it a bigger relationship crime to hide something on your phone or to be the one to go behind your partner's back to find it?
That is a good question.
Woo.
So is it a bigger relationship crime? So the person who's hiding stuff on their phone, or the person who goes through the phone? Wow. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think.
Y'all, to me, I think it's a bigger crime to go behind the person or to actually have the stuff in your phone.
I don't know, because the person snooping is a problem too.
That's snooping, yeah.
I think maybe the crime is worse.
Yeah, if you're hiding in your phone, then it ain't. She can look all day, all night, even though she shouldn't.
But I also see, and of course how this is worded. The person goes behind your back.
Right, so you feel the betrayal.
So you feel the betrayal as well.
Yeah. But at the same token, you don't feel betrayal if it ain't nothing in there. You just gonna be like, okay, I don't care how many times they go behind my back and do it. No, you
do. Because if there's nothing in there and that person goes behind your back, that's a bigger crime.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why the hell you keep going through my phone?
But the problem is,
I told you I'm not doing anything. You don't trust me?
That's what I'm about to say. Well, the problem is when you have something in your phone. That's the big problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
Yep. All right, y'all.
Hope y'all enjoyed this one.
Yes,
Whoa.
Yes.
And if all them folks out there who have issues with your partner and going through the phones and hiding stuff and toxicity and they take their phone everywhere they go, you need to sit down and talk to them.
Sit them down.
Let them know I don't like the way you're moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gives me anxiety the way you move.
Yeah. This is unhealthy for our relationship.
Yeah, I'm always thinking you up to something. If you're not, that would be wonderful for you to tell me and show me otherwise.
Right.
But every day, when you get up, the first thing you do is put your phone on lock so I can't look at it. Or you take the phone in the shower with you.
Well, I don't even know the passcode. There's something.
Or if the phone rings, you pick it up and go in the other room.
Yeah,
there's so many red flags that you can present to somebody when it comes to your phone.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. In a healthy relationship, it shouldn't be.
And also, checking the act. We're gonna give you some poll questions this week. But we want to know: do you all share passcodes? Do you know your partner?
Do you know your partner's passcode, the passwords to certain things?
Or maybe not to certain things, just the passcode to get into the phone.
Yeah.
Do you know your partner's passcode?
555. Nah, I'm just like.
All right, so hit us on the outro, baby.
All right, thank you again for listening to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope you join us next week.
Oh boy.
As we discuss remaining friends with an ex. Can you truly be platonic friends with an ex when he was hitting all them spots?
Oh Lord.
Or is that a red flag?
Lord Jesus.
No, we know how that is. Some women go back to their baby daddies because they can hit it right. Don't lie.
Oh, some women do, yeah.
So he's just not good for me, but he know what he's doing in that room.
And that's important to them. But remember, it was a reason why you did leave.
It was a reason why you left.
We're going to get all into it next week.
So join us. And as we say, thank you for listening and peace.